is just alternate hands. So we started with right hand for 5 counts, extending.
What are you doing exactly?
I'm just extending, and then relaxing on the exhale, and then left hand. Now I'm just alternating between right hand and left hand. This is that bilateral stimulation stuff that's so good for your brain.
And we do that for 3 times.
Is that what I said? Yeah, 3 times. And then we add the feet. And the next one is to add your feet, opposite hands and feet on inhale, right? Number 3.
Yes.
So that would be right hand and left foot for 5 counts, and then exhale for 5 counts. Left hand, right foot.
And you're simply turning your toe more or less up towards
The ceiling. And just the exhale is just relax. So there's nothing active on the exhale. The active is only inhale.
okay.
Then number 4 is both hands and feet 3 times.
So we're extending your hands, fingers out, and your feet up.
Exactly what we were doing, but now we're doing it with everything,
Okay.
not just alternate.
And are we breathing?
Yes. 5 counts in, 5 counts out, same thing.
And we do 2 repetitions of that.
Yep. Exactly the same. You're just resting, and all you do here is inhale, 5 counts. Exhale, 5 counts. Inhale, 5 counts. Exhale, 5 counts.
And we're doing 5 breaths.
Yeah.
We're staying for 3 or 4 breaths.
Right.
What do we
So eventually you get to the place where you've gone back and forth probably 3 times. Let's see what it says. Yeah, back and forth 3 times. And then I'm gonna let my head come here and just breathe. I could stick with my 5 counts in, 5 counts out. And then after I've done this side, I'm gonna turn to the other side, same thing. About 3 breaths. Okay, then after all of that, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, then we're just gonna stop and take a couple of notice breaths. We're just noticing, how does my neck feel? How do my hands and feet feel? How does my body feel? Just notice.
This isn't where we're looking around us.
Oh yeah, that was, sorry, the neck stretches we looked around, remember? I forgot to add that.
The next stretches.
Yeah, we were just letting the eyes scan around the room, noticing what's far and what's close, noticing colors, shapes. You just like go totally into noticing without processing. I always tell my son that's like what my cat does. The cat doesn't process, it just notices. It doesn't have a front brain. That's the way we get in trouble sometimes.
Yeah.
So you're just noticing, you're just seeing, and so it's just an awareness exercise.
It's more of a glance than a back and forth and up and down and really
Exactly.
tell them that.
It's not back and forth, it's just very like slow scanning. Like just think of
Just be
yourself
aware
as
of
a
what's-
drone. Just scanning through the room. It's not noticing everything and bringing it all in and making sense of it. It's just what's in my immediate perception. That's all it is.
Okay.
Okay. Then I'm gonna exhale, engage my belly. Bring my left foot up.
This is number 6, the rock.
Bring my right foot up. I'm getting there.
Oh,
Right, so you want to have a little bit of tone in your abdomen as you get there. And then 6 is whichever knee. Let's start with right side. And rock. Just rocking side to side. Now if you feel like it, you can just do your right hand. And maybe you rock a little more. It's just just hanging out. And then maybe circles. Right? So I did
Circling
rocking,
back
then I did
hips.
circles. Yep. I'm just letting my hips flow with it. So it's very fluid. There's no, I'm not trying to like stay still and just do this. I'm just letting it all go together. And then make sure you go in the other direction. This is some of the safest way to stretch your back and your legs because my spine isn't loaded. There's no load in my spine.
It was
When I'm lying
rocking
like
too
this.
far.
Huh?
I was rocking too far. It's going all the way over.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's just like whatever, and then you do the left side. It's a little. It could be really small. It should. What you want to do is give this messages to your brain, to your nervous system of like, it feels good. It's really easy, because it's replacing that kind of the messages that are like pain or working really hard or whatever. You just find this gentle message. This is real easy. My body feels good. Find the good feelings. And then after doing the rocking, then I can start doing some circles. Again, both directions. And I think that's it for 6, right?
Yeah, so
We did rocking and then we did circles. And it says 1 to 2 minutes each side. Really, it could be 30 seconds. Doesn't have to be much, whatever's comfortable. Then after that, we did both.
This is number 7. This
Is
is
it both?
what is this?
Number
Much.
7. Same thing, both legs. Side to side, easeful rocking. Play with it. Might be more interesting to do it this way.
And we're doing the breath.
Interesting to do it together. Here you don't have to worry about it. The rocking stuff, don't worry about your breath. Just let it be free and easy. And you can do circles if you want here. So with the circles here, sometimes I like to do teeny tiny circles and then spiral them if I want. And so it's like vary it. Do it lots of different ways. You want to do the same thing but do it different. The nervous system loves novelty. So, and that's what helps to create some of those changes. So then you can go the other way, tiny little
If you pay attention,
circle.
you know where you want to
Yeah.
stretch it.
Exactly. It's just
Awareness of what's going on.
that is, you just nailed it, Pamela. It's all about your awareness. So you might want to do it this way, with my feet
I
together,
do.
my knees apart, if you like that.
Really remember.
Yeah, that can feel really good. This is more gets into your hips, this more gets into your lower back. So play with that, see what you like. So again, 1 to 2 minutes is plenty of that. And then after all that rocking and moving around, this is a great time to just stop and observe because you get all sorts of radiant sensations in your hips and lower back after doing that. Just stop and notice. Okay. Then we did hamstrings, right? Are you following everything?
I am.
Is
This
this
is
good?
the 8th. This is number 8.
Okay.
Hamstrings.
So I'm gonna start with my left leg, and the hands go here. And this is inhale to 5. Exhale to 5. Same thing, all about sensations and awareness. And how many times is that one?
It says 4 times. Stay 3 to 5 breaths.
Right, then you'd stay here. Now as you stay here, it's not the goal to do this, but if it feels good you can. That's possible. Just holding, supporting here is fine.
Are we stretching or is it just?
Totally, because I'm pushing up through, look at my foot. This is coming.
Pain you're in.
Breathing through the
Lovely.
strong sensations. Right, and then you want to, before you do the other side, you want to stop. Go, oh, that's in, this side feels like vibration and openness and circulation, all those things you talked about. This side feels different. So then, okay, now it's time to do this side. So same thing 4 times. Inhale to 5, exhale to 5. Inhale, you want to inflate your shirt like a balloon. All up in here. And then exhale. Squish the air out of the balloon. And then stay. I'm working the back of my leg. This is active here. The back of my leg is active. This is coming down towards my face. So I'm feeling the stretch here. If you want to use a strap, you can, but it's not about just like yanking yourself into it. So hands are totally fine, you know, and let the sensations, let the stretch work itself rather than trying to muscle it, you
And
know.
sometimes you can breathe in and then pull it a little bit forward.
Right.
And when you're breathing in, and let go. If you
Yeah.
feel right, you can pull it just a little bit further forward. So that's
She's a yoga teacher. Really, I mean, you totally got that. It's
I've done it a lot.
Yeah.
I can't tell.
well, you still are very limber though. So then you can, then after doing that side, pause and notice, right? And then roll to your side. You can take one hand up if you like to roll to your side to come up. And then the next one is this is the sunbird. Which looks like cacao. Am I okay in
You are good.
the screen here?
You are good.
Like this? Okay. So sunbird, we're gonna do 3 or 4 times.
This
So
is number 8 on the list.
This is, we're
Or
on
number-
number
number
9.
nine, number
Yeah,
nine.
yeah. So number 9 is you basically you're here in tabletop. Now if you want to get really technical about it, right, yeah, we'll talk about
Okay.
that. If you want to get really technical about it, you soften your elbows a little bit, draw your shoulder blades towards each other strongly, and pull your hands isometrically towards your knees as you lift your face a little. You don't do this. You're not looking up like this. You keep the belly firm, and you pull towards your knees and feel the mobilization in your shoulder girdle. So you feel those shoulder blades work. And then when you exhale, you round, put your forearms down, and then your hips to your heels. So inhale is like a little cobra on your hands and knees. And then exhale is rounding back. I'm not so good at rounding. Like my back isn't that stretchy, but you can imagine it could be more round. That's the inhale and that's the exhale.
And we're staying, what part are you staying?
Okay, so 3 or 4 times, then this is where you would stay. And you might do something like this while you stay, just a little shake it out or rock it out. Just stay. Now, if your hips don't easily come down to your heels, there's nothing wrong with staying here. You know, that can feel fine, comfortable. You can put something under your knees, like an extra blanket, always a good idea until the knee surgery gets better. Hip surgery's not bad, but knee surgery, you don't want. So save your knees. And then we did this one. We did,
This is a number 10.
yeah, number 10. We did inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now if you can do 5 counts, that's great. So it would look like this.
5, 3, 2, 1.
Like that, right? And then we did that one 3 times each, and then right, so about 3 breaths on each side. Where we stay. Again, if this doesn't feel good on your knees, pad your knees. Yeah, folded blanket is great. So we got, and then we got the contralateral stuff. So we're getting that opposite arm and leg movement that I just showed you. So it's really good for the nervous system. Stay, arms up. Oh, okay. So this one we did. Can you see me okay there?
Yep.
This is like the worst angle for a woman over 40, you know.
Well, that's what happens. That's
It
what
should
happens.
be straight on or a little bit this way. Okay, so the this one with the hands on the chest, right?
Mhm.
And you were bringing in those like some positive feeling, whatever you want, right? And then we did inhale and exhale, and change which hand comes to your chest. We did that one 6 times.
Stay on the in for 3 breaths.
Right. Then we could stay here. And this one, and I talked because Pamela's shoulder, it's more comfortable here.
Mhm.
But if you want to do arms up, you can.
Okay.
So you can have your hands here or here and stay for about 3 breaths. And my heels are not on the floor.
Okay.
So it's a balance pose. So you want to have your eyes straight ahead, focus on something. One of those cute little heads over there is good. And then you can come here and stay here and put, like, install that positive feeling into your body. So you're bringing in kindness or compassion, whatever it is. But this, it's a mudra. Mudra means like something you do with your hands to create an effect in the nervous system. So this is I'm bringing in that feeling of kindness or whatever I'm using today and kind of putting it in my body. That's the idea of that one. Yeah, so bring in positive intention, whatever that is. How's that?
That's perfect.
Okay.
Now we're on to the number 12.
Then we did number 12. So number 12 was same kind of thing. I'd step 1 foot back, and I'm basically keeping my hips forward. Yeah, let me show that this way. So I'm stepping my right foot back. My hips are basically in one plane. So what I'm not doing is standing like this. That's not great for your back, right? So we want to have more that the hips are about in the same plane. It's okay if your stance isn't so long. It doesn't have to be big long. Both feet are grounded. Okay, so then from here, we're using that positive intention again, whatever we've decided on. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the eyes, and then exhale. Coming back, okay? So
And you're staying, staying like this for a few.
I think
3
what
breaths.
we did 4 times, and then we stay open for 3 breaths, right? It says stay open 3 breaths. That means this. It could be, if you like, right? Any arm position is fine. With Pamela's shoulder, she'll be more comfortable here. And then we did hands over. Heart for 3 breaths. You see that second place it says stay with hands on heart. 3 breaths. So that idea of bringing in that positive intention in here, you can actually kind of lower your face and close your eyes, and it helps to create more of that internalized feeling. You know, you bring in that, whatever that positive thought is. Then you can come back, and I think here what we did before we did the other side was a little, oh no, we did it next. Yeah, shake it off. But it's always okay to do this shaking. It's called rebounding. When you do a little bouncing and shaking, and it hydrates the connective tissue in your system. So it's actually really a good thing to do. I do it sometimes. I have a big exercise ball that I use at my desk because I spend a lot of time at my desk, and I train, so I do making manuals and stuff. So I sit on my exercise ball and I rebound.
Okay.
It hydrates the tissues. Yeah. Okay, so then we'll step the right foot forward, left foot back. Same thing. Inhale and exhale. And then we'll stay. I think we did that 4 times, right?
This is number 13.
I'm still on 12.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Because I just had to do the other side.
Oh, okay. Good, I'm glad you said that.
Right, so 3 breaths, open. This is where you lift your eyes, you kind of like gather your positive energy from the universe. Yeah. And then 3 breaths here, where I'm installing that positive energy in my body, bringing that into my nervous system. Release, and come back. You can shake a lot, shake out a lot. That's number 14, but you can do it here too, shake out. Okay. Then the next one is number 13. So this one, you start with your hands on your hips or your lower back. You take a breath in. So when you exhale from your lower belly, slide your hands down your legs, like over your head. When you inhale, lengthen and come back up. Okay, so the hands are sliding down the side legs, or the back of the legs if you prefer. And this one we did 4 times. And the last one, stay for 3 breaths. So you can let go, let your hands come wherever they're comfortable, shins, floor, whatever. And then to come back up, this is important, particularly as you're getting older. Very important, all of us, right?
Yeah.
Very important to think about how you come up. Okay, so when you come up from a forward bend, exhale, engage the abdominal muscles, lengthen the spine, keep my belly strong, and then lift up. So I'm not coming up like this. I don't think that's so healthy for most people because too much pressure in the lumbar spine. So instead we come up, lengthen, belly stays firm. So to get, Pamela's really good at getting this pose. To get into legs up the wall, legs up the chair. You can do this with legs up the wall. I'm sitting with my right shoulder, I'm sitting on the side of the mat with my right shoulder near the chair. And then I start to scoop my butt closer to the chair and put my left shoulder on the edge of the mat. Feel the chair with my butt and then roll. That's the safest way to get into it and the easiest way. Now, I can feel the chair on my butt here. If I'm using a regular chair, I might not feel like that kind of, I might feel it, but that's okay. But this is such a good chair for this. Like, it's a right size for I'm 5'6", so it's totally the right size for my body. You guys are a little taller. You might even have your feet up on cushions like this, so they're a little higher. And then we did that for what, 5 minutes?
At least 5 minutes.
At least 5 minutes. This is the bomb, this pose. I mean, it's really, the ancient yogi said that this is these positions where you're some way, inverted. And I think we even talked about putting a pillow here. That these are the secret to longevity. Yeah, inversions are the secret to longevity. So at least 5 minutes there. And then the last thing, number 16, is then you come out of it, and if you have time, all you have to do is swing around the other way, or the same way, but this is just a little easier, and Shavasana. So you want to lie flat. Now, if your lower back doesn't feel good, you can always do Shavasana with your knees resting. You go back to the first thing we did, which was constructive rest. So you can always go back to that, and you rest for however much time you have in your life.
I could lay there forever.
If you have 20 minutes, do it for 20 minutes. But it should be active. So what I mean by active is that it's not a passive fall asleep. It's an active but not aggressive, right? So an active awareness of sensations in my feet, and I took you guys through it. My feet, my ankles, my calves, my thighs, hips and pelvis. I think I have a recording of a Shavasana I can probably send to you. I can probably email you or send it to you. Like a 5-minute thing where you're just letting everything relax. That's it. And if you can do it, 3 to 5 times a week, you will notice some difference in your life. I'm fairly certain.
We will do it.
That's great. I'm so glad you're going to take this to Florida.
Yes, Mexico.
I'm sorry, Mexico. Mexico and Florida, same thing.
South.